Hey, y'all. Happy Monday. Woo. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. Uh-oh. Hopefully some of y'all got a chance to take the day off. If you didn't, I'm sorry. Okay. Hey, how y'all doing? Okay, so let me wait till a couple of y'all get in here. Hey, Shay, how you doing, girl? Hope you're doing well. Love you. Hey, Miss Sharp, how you doing? Okay, so I'm gonna give y'all a little catch up of what's going on, but we're gonna talk about credit tonight. Hey, Genteria. Hey, Darnell, how you doing? All right, so we got enough people in here to go ahead on and start. So again, I want to say happy Monday to everybody. I know some of y'all are probably still in the streets partying, with all the parades and all that good stuff. Hopefully, you are getting ready for work tomorrow. Martin Luther King didn't want y'all to be off today. Okay, today was supposed to be a day of service. Y'all was supposed to go to work. Okay, so anyway, I wanted to, and again, y'all know y'all can always drop y'all questions if you have. I'm just gonna run down some stuff really quick, and then we're gonna talk about credit. But I can pretty much answer whatever questions y'all have. So let me start off by saying there have been some changes. This is for veterans. I'm gonna get it out the way because I know not a lot of veterans tune in yet. But the VA did change just last week that if someone who is a veteran and they are having issues with wanting to off themselves, I don't really know how to say it in the right way, okay? But to no longer be here, they do not have to go to the VA hospital. They can go to any hospital and get treatment, okay? So if you guys are watching on TikTok, please follow my page. If you guys here on any other channel, follow, like, all that stuff too. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, Miss Cynthia. So if you know a veteran, and you know, right now we can't say that anybody is exempt from wanting to not be here anymore. So if you know someone that is a veteran, please let them know that they can go to any hospital to get treatment for that issue and that issue alone. You do not have to get anything from the VA, okay? The second thing, if you guys are seeing that the SBA is calling you, okay. Thank you, Miss Unalive. That's it, unaliving yourself. I knew it was some kind of way. Thank you very much, Miss Pixie Me. And thank you for working, Miss Lala. So if the SBA has been calling you, okay. Now I wish I would say they're calling you to give you some more money, but they probably are not. Hey, Carol, they are probably calling you guys to let you know that it is time to make your payments. Now, if they said our payments were deferred, but you may get phone calls and or you may see in your account that they are sending you collection letters. So please, if that's you and you have an EIDL loan, please log into the system and go and check to see if you have a payment due, because what you don't want to happen is it to go to collections and you thinking everything is good and it's not. All right, so get in front of it and see if you have a payment that is due. Okay, hey Cassie. All right, tax season. Tax season starts on January 23rd. Okay, we all thought it was the 24th, but it is January 23rd. If you've already gone to see your tax preparer, your taxes are in queue. They have not been sent to the IRS for real. They are just sitting in queue with the bank. Okay, so most people who file taxes now is because they're trying to get a little bit of cash. All right, so the 23rd is when the gates open and all the taxes will be sent. If you have a nonprofit, guys, if you have a nonprofit, a lot of y'all do not file taxes for y'all nonprofit, but y'all be walking around here just loud and wrong and never file. Your nonprofit taxes are due tomorrow, okay? Even if you don't have any money, you have no money to report, you still are required to report a zero. You report zero on your 990. So if you have a nonprofit and you have not filed taxes in the last 3 years, you need to, because if you don't, they will absolutely send you a letter in the mail and tell you that your nonprofit is no longer active because you have not filed any taxes, okay? So even if you're not getting any money, please keep it active. Why? Because you at least got the tax exempt, and if y'all not using that, then I don't know what you got a nonprofit for, okay? Because that's exactly what rich people do. They ain't just getting these nonprofits because they care about y'all and want to give back, okay? It has to do with this, all right? So reap those tax benefits, guys. Let me see. One last thing, and then I'll move on to credit. Another thing that happened quietly is, y'all know I talk about you guys getting government contracts. I think that is something that is very lucrative. I think that every business owner who wants to have an additional stream of income should look at trying to get government contracts, whether that's federal government, federal, your local, or your local government or your state. But if you are trying to get federal contracts, the SBA has now taken over all of the credentialing process. Okay, so if you're a veteran and you want to have a veteran-owned business, you used to be able to go through the VA to be certified as a veteran-owned business. You now can no longer do that. You can only use the SBA. If you are a woman-owned business, a small business, minority-owned, you're disabled, they have lots of certifications. All of those now are going to be done in one place, and that is through the SBA. So if you are looking to have an additional stream of income, I would tell y'all to look at government contracts, and it's not as difficult as a lot of people say. The problem is a lot of people just don't understand what they're reading. But if I told you can make $10,000-$20,000 just ordering socks and having somebody else deliver it, I mean, wouldn't you get on the phone and try to find some? I know you would. I ain't even gonna wait for you to answer. Okay, so please make sure that this year, when y'all got some downtime, to go do your certifications, because they could mean extra money. Okay, and that's what we talk about over here, is how to corner these markets. Okay, and that's one of the things you can do while all these people out here running the streets, you behind the computer getting all your certifications, because you never know when you're going to need it. All right, let me see, before I move to credit, I told y'all, if y'all have not reached out to me already, I gave y'all the answers to the CDL test. Okay, don't nobody be mad. I'm sorry, but I feel like if you could get it. So if you are interested in getting that, please send me an email. I will send it to you. I do finally have a spreadsheet of grants that if y'all want, send me an email too, and I will email you the spreadsheet. Okay, I do get a new spreadsheet every month. I will try to remember to tell you guys to request it from me every month. I'm telling you to get it now because the money's fresh. All right, the fiscal year just started in October, so there's money. All right, so and to everybody, and these grants are for anyone in the United States, in other countries. It's a ton of them. All right, so if you want it, please send me an email. I'll send it to you. All right, so let me see what y'all saying, and then we're gonna get on to this credit thing, because I've been getting some phone calls from y'all, and baby, we gotta talk. S. Davis says, hi, Shamika. Is it important to file 1098 home mortgage interest form with my taxes? I'm pretty sure I paid over $600 in interest last year. Yeah, any form that you get, you need to put it on your taxes. We are not going to be in the business of skipping out on forms, because now y'all heard, now they just added 5,000 new employees to the IRS to answer the phone. Now y'all already know that ain't going to help y'all not one bit, because when y'all call them, they still make you hold forever. You still cannot get an answer, but at least they trying to ramp up the workforce, okay? So what you don't want to do is be stuck trying to figure out why you did not get your refund. You know why? Because eggs are $12 and y'all need y'all money. So in order to ensure that you get your refund, I'm going to need you to add all your tax documents. So if that's a 1098-T from tuition, a 1098 from the bank for your mortgage interest, 1099 if you were hired as a contractor anywhere, 1098-S if you sold a house. There are lots of tax forms that y'all could be getting. Y'all are not including them, and then y'all wondering why you guys are getting hit. Okay, and I'm gonna tell y'all one of the number one reasons people get audited is because somebody put something down on your taxes that needs a form to verify it. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. People are claiming stuff on your taxes where you actually need a form to verify it. For example, I am not going to say that you are in school when you are not, because if you're in school, the IRS is going to be looking for a 1098-T for tuition. Where is the money? Y'all, especially if you're in an accredited school. So things like that are red flags. You will get audited. So we don't want that. So Miss Davis, I'm sorry, it take me a long time to answer these questions, but yes, please put it in. Even if $600 in interest, it's really, I'm proud of you for paying it, but I can tell you for almost a fact, it will not move your tax refund $1 up or down, but still put it in, because it is information that you have to report because somebody reported it on you. Okay, let me see what y'all saying. All right. She said, yes, I'm about to lose my salon. I need help. Well, tell me what your issue is, Miss Sharon, so I'll be able to tell you what you could do to save your salon. We don't want anybody losing anything if you don't have to. And then I need to ask, is it in your business name or is it in your personal name? Because that will make a difference. Also, you might be able to file bankruptcy and save it. Okay. So let's keep going. It says, you sure won't keep speaking goodness over your life, you will keep your salon. That's right. We're gonna speak good and you're gonna keep that salon. Okay. All right. So let me move on here really quick. Hi, Shamika. Is there a fourth check coming? No, I know y'all looking for some money coming. I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all seeing in the news when they're telling y'all that money is coming. That is money. Y'all know I done told y'all about this already. If y'all watch me, if you ain't follow me on YouTube here or in all these other places, you're missing out. The money that they keep telling y'all that y'all are receiving are old tax rebates from your state. Okay, so there is no fourth stimulus for anybody. But if you live in certain places, you may be getting a refund from your state taxes. Okay, because remember, guys, legislation changes. Okay, what y'all hear the IRS says, that's just for federal. That has nothing to do with where you live in your state. So some of you are going to get additional money if y'all haven't already been paid it. If you think you're supposed to be giving some money and you didn't, then I would advise you to call your revenue department for your state. But there is no more money coming anywhere else. Hey, Miss Pam, how you doing? Give me a call. Okay, Red Top says, we love you. Thank you for all of you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I love what I do. Michelle says, what kind of forms do I need to fill out for my taxes for my startup business that I just started in 2022, but I didn't start making any money yet? But I did keep all of my receipts for equipment. Okay, good question. And then we're gonna get the credit. So if y'all just started a business and you didn't make any money, now if you did not make any money in your business, that does not mean that you will not file a Schedule C. You do still have expenses, right? But this is what y'all need to think about, and this is why I try to get over to people. If you did not make any money in your business, that is cool because that happens. And yes, please hit the like button. Thank you, Miss Linda. That's okay, but you can't say that you made no money but spent $50,000 in expenses, because that the IRS is going to go, well, what kind of business person are you? Who starts a business and puts out that much money and hadn't made a dime? Now, if you're an investor or if it's a construction project, stuff like that, that makes sense. But we're not talking about that. You're not going to have 20,000 in miles. You're just not gonna have it, and you didn't make any money. So you can put in your expenses on your Schedule C because you do have a business. Hopefully you have I'm hoping, I don't know if you're a sole proprietor or if you're an LLC, but just let me let y'all know, if y'all are filing taxes and y'all are filing for your business on your personal taxes, you can only do two things: your LLC, not an S corporation, just regular LLC owned by one person, or a sole proprietor, which means like if you have a fictitious name, meaning a fake name, that is it. Okay. If you have a S corporation, if you have a corporation or nonprofit, you cannot file those with your personal taxes. That is something I need y'all to understand. Those are totally different forms. You cannot do it together. All right. So when you have an LLC or you file a sole proprietor, you would do that on the Schedule C, and you could put down all of your expenses. What I would tell you to do, if you have expenses, this is the way to cover yourself and to cover your tax preparer. And if I'm talking to any tax preparers, y'all need to listen. Send your clients, this is what I do, send your clients a copy of the Schedule C, and then tell them to send back to you the expenses based off of the expenses on the form. That way you don't have to guess where anything goes, and we ain't got to lie. Okay, so you're gonna see the form, and if it says office expenses in the category, you should be telling the tax preparer what that is, how much you spent in that category. That's your job. They're not. I know people guess. I know people finagle. I get that. But for those who are trying to do it the right way, get the form and figure and give them your expenses so that you know. Okay. Hey, Dwight. I do not like to consider myself to be a grant writer. I will tell you where I get a lot of my resources from to put it together. Okay. I do not believe in reinventing the wheel because somebody already did something. So all my job is to find out who did what I'm trying to do and me rework it. Okay. That is all. So if you find a grant that you know that you think you are eligible for, you could apply for, let me know and I'll tell you where you can find some of those resources. Okay. All right, it says if I receive unemployment in 2020, when I be getting 1,200 back. If you have not gotten your taxes back from 2020, then I would tell you you should be. If they owe you money, if you because I know you guys remember the 10,200 that they gave us exempt. Some of y'all taxes were messed up because y'all filed y'all taxes before they made the change. This is why I don't want y'all to rush out and file your taxes. It's dead right now. But soon as tax season opens on the 23rd, I promise you guys there will be changes because there's always changes to something. So if you can stand to wait, that is what you do. Okay. I feel, and it's just my opinion, people who file taxes in a rush are the ones who have financial problems. Okay. Everybody else is smart enough to wait because they don't want to have to come back and do it again. And it's always the people with financial issues are the ones that's getting audited. I'm not making this up. These are the IRS statistics are saying that they prey on poor people because you do not have representation and you don't even understand the forms when they send them to you. Okay. So slow down before you get yourself in a mess and we trying to wipe out $20,000 in back taxes, okay? Because it happens. I talk to y'all, okay? I know y'all, a lot of y'all are not filing taxes because you owe. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to continue to keep doing that. Fix the problem. I promise they have a way out. And not everything requires you to pay. Okay, so let me see what Dwight's saying. Then we're gonna get on credit really quick. Dwight says water and foods, including water and food. Yes, water and food will be considered under your meals on the Schedule C. So yes, that is on there. It says, what if I have my own business, but only if my Cash App receipts, can I still file taxes? If you just have your Cash App receipts, you can still file your business taxes. And this all depends on your tax preparer. They may ask you to give them the dollar amount of sales, or they may ask you to give them the proof. It really depends on your tax preparer. So if you don't have a bank account and you just have your transactions from your Cash App, you can give them that. I would tell you, Ms. Red Top, I hope that if you are doing business through Cash App, that you do have a business bank account. You do need to have a business bank account. Cash App is not it. Don't leave your money in there. Okay. So hopefully you do have that. All right. Can you still get child tax credit if you did not work? You can get child tax credit if you have a child. That is it. Now, I know some of y'all saying, but I didn't work and I have children. Now, I'm just going to say this. Okay. Okay. You got a regular job, Michelle? Awesome. So if you had a regular job, then yes, you can still file your business with your personal, you can file your business with your personal taxes. On to you. The child tax credit, if you did not work, because I know there's a lot of people asking that. What you will do, if you want to not have to give the children to someone, you're going to have to basically tell Uncle Sam that you made money and you're going to have to pay taxes, but in return, you get a refund. I can put it to you like this. You can lie and give your kids to somebody else, or you can claim your own children and lie and say you made income that you didn't earn and just pay Uncle Sam, why would he be mad? Why would he be mad if you said I made $5,000 and then you paid him for it, even though you didn't make it? What are they going to be mad at you about? They making money off of the whole thing. You are in, to me, worse trouble by giving your kids to someone else, because now you're bringing somebody else into it. So if you have kids, no, you can't put in zero and just put your kids, because there's no income to generate any credits. So you will have to put that you must have a business or something so that you can put down some form of income so that you can generate a credit. That is how that would work. Okay. It says, Dwight says, is March better time to wait to file taxes? I think so. I would think so. Hey, Miss Tamara. Yes, ma'am. I can help with that. Absolutely. Miss Red Top, if you need help with business bank account, yes, because you definitely need to make sure you take care of that. All right, so let's move on to credit really quick. I just want to tell y'all a couple things that says I have a small business, but I didn't earn much. It doesn't matter. If as long as you earn $400 or more, the IRS wants to know. If you got a small business and you earn $400, they want to know. So look, they going for pennies. So if you can put that in to be able to generate some credits to get you some money back, that might be what you want to do. Okay. Oh, let me see. Now I will take your questions. Please ask. I don't have no problem with that. I just wanted to bring up to let y'all know some stuff that I'm seeing on individuals, because y'all are calling me and y'all having issues with your credit. Okay. First and foremost, let me say this for 2023. We are not going to get business credit if our personal credit is raggedy. Okay, you're welcome. I appreciate you too, Miss Taylor. We are not going to do that. What we're going to do this year is we're going to get our credit situation worked out first. All right. So many of you guys are running to fake social security numbers because you got repos and you got evictions. A lot of you are unable to, let me see, y'all getting denied jobs, y'all getting denied bank accounts. And these are things that you guys can fix if you choose to. The offset number. All right, Adrian, look at this. I got this number memorized. I'm gonna put this down in here for you guys here on YouTube, but take this down for somebody on TikTok. If you want to find out if you owe any money to the government, the number is, hold on, I'm gonna make sure I say it right before I give it to you. It is 800. Wait, 800 304 3107. Okay, that's the offset hotline. And I encourage every single person to call the number to find out if you owe the money. Okay, please do not be caught out here. I'm gonna give you an example. Somebody texted me right before this show and said, I need you to do my taxes. I owe from 2020. I need to put in a payment plan so that I can get my refund. And I unfortunately had to say, oh, you're not gonna get that. Okay, so if you owe and you happen to get a refund, it's because you slipped through the crack. But I will not count on getting a refund if you owe anything. And the best way to know is to call the number. All right. If you have an IRS tax debt, it may or may not say it on that offset hotline. Y'all, we talk about the IRS, unfortunately. All right. Most of y'all go on here to find out about your student loans and child support. Those are the big things. You're welcome, Adrian. So those are the biggest thing. Okay. So what else am I seeing on y'all credit? I'm seeing that you guys do not understand the difference between a collection and a charge-off. And if you don't understand the difference, I'm going to break it to you right now. A collection is when the original creditor sells your debt to somebody else. Then it becomes a collection. If you owe me and then I send it to, I don't know, Julie, she is the debt collector. I am the primary lender or the original creditor because you did business with me. So if you don't pay me, I charge your account off. But if you don't pay them, it stays on your credit as a collection. So y'all first need to understand who you owe because that's one of the issues. When I go and look at your credit, y'all be rushing to pay off the collections, but what you forget is you need to pay the original creditors first because the original creditor is the bank. Whether that's a Walmart card, whether that's a car loan, a credit card, a store card, a bank loaned you the money. So you need to make sure you handle the bank first. When you deal with an original creditor, they do not want to work a deal with you. So the chances are of you getting a lower amount, it can happen, but it's not guaranteed. Okay. If you have a collection, meaning they sold it to somebody else, that is who you work the deal with. You don't owe the debt collector. That's just their job. And if anybody is interested in doing a side hustle, you can become a debt collector. It is not hard at all. Okay. Have about $2,000 and go buy up a whole bunch of medical bills, and you too can aggravate people. Okay. And make them pay. Yes, it is an industry that is a lot of people don't get into. Okay. No, you don't have to be an attorney to do it either. All right. So I'm just letting y'all know. But when you owe a debt collector, you don't have to pay them. But what I recommend you do, if you are going to pay them, you negotiate. You don't pay them the full amount. Why? They already done messed up your credit. If you don't pay the full amount, they're just going to send you a 1099 at tax time. And if y'all paid off any of your bills in 2022, be on the lookout. If you paid less than the amount, you are going to get a 1099-C. That's for cancellation of debt. So whatever amount you did not pay, they're going to send you a bill. All right. So y'all need to understand the difference between a charge off and a collection, because it matters when you are trying to clean your credit. Okay. Now, yes. And I'm gonna look at y'all, see if y'all saying anything. Hey, Chris, if you guys are doing a credit sweep, y'all having somebody do the tricks that they do to clean your credit up. Cool. Let me just say this. If you're gonna pay the $2,000, because y'all call me, believe y'all call me and tell me y'all done paid all this money. Please know that it is not guaranteed to work because the credit bureaus done caught on. Okay, credit sweeps are old, and if anybody in here has been doing credit, you know, okay, it's old. So there is no guaranteed method of I'm just gonna turn an identity theft report and it's automatically gonna come off. That don't happen. It used to, but it ain't happening like that no more. So some of y'all gonna have to come out of pocket to get some of these things taken care of. All right. Now we move. Let's do repos and let's do apartments. I'm gonna see if y'all asking me anything. Repos. The reason you can't get another car in most cases is because you have a repo on your credit. All right. A repo means you owe the bank, the original person who gave you the car. All right. Now, my only issue with a repo, because a lot of people have them, is you guys need to become aware of your statute of limitations when it comes to debt collection. Now, all of y'all know it takes 7 years for something to fall off y'all credit, right? I know y'all know that. That is called the statute of limitations for credit reporting. But nobody talks about the statute of limitation for debt collection. And then y'all wondering why y'all getting sued. Talk to somebody today. $25,000 she owes Navy Federal. And I say, girl, who got $25,000 to pay them? Do you? Do you have it? Because if you did, it wouldn't be here on your credit. Now, some people are thinking, oh, well, if I just clean up all these collections, my score will go up and then I can get all the things that I want. Everything is not based on your score. And I'm going to tell you what is and what is not. But when you have things that are high like that, you need to also know what banks are forgiven and which banks are not. And I'm going to call out some because I know y'all have them. Capital One, they are forgiving. They will absolutely give you another opportunity to get another account if you do bad with them. They will also let you pay off less than the amount that you owe. First Premier, a lot of y'all got First Premier because that's the people that First Premier. And let me let y'all know, if you have a 700 credit score and you have a First Premier card on your credit, you are wrong. Why? Because First Premier is for individuals with bad credit. So why would you have a card on your report that's 24%? What does that tell the bank? Now, your score may look good, but what does that tell a bank when you walk in and you want them to give you a loan? They're going to be like, we ain't giving this person no loan. Look at all these baby credit cards they got on here. Believe me, y'all, they pay attention. So everything is not just fix the credit, fix the credit. Let me see what y'all saying really quick before I move on. How long should I do tax exempt on your job? I do not agree with people doing tax exempt on their job, period, because you will owe. And it is not fair to your tax preparer to have to figure out how to lie for you. Okay, and I'm gonna give you an example. I got a call today. Somebody said, I have somebody that made $100,000 in sales and they didn't pay no taxes. Now, I know the game, okay? Ain't nobody making $100,000 unless they're a nurse. Traveling nurses do it. But an average ordinary person is not making 100 grand and not paying any taxes. So the person said, well, how do they not pay taxes? And I said, there is no way for them not to pay taxes unless they spent more than they made. But if you are the IRS and I put my tax return in front of you and I show you that I made $100,000 for the year, but I spent $200,000 in expenses, ain't you gonna tell me to quit my job? Because that's exactly what the IRS, that's why y'all be getting audited, because the lies don't match. Okay, I hate to say it like that, but I'm just keeping it real. The lies gotta match, guys. So, Chris, if you got children, fine. You may be able to finagle your way with having your children give you extra money to lower your taxes. But if you are single by yourself and you are making good money, you need to start paying taxes, period. Okay? Because you are not going to be able to expense everything and think you're going to continue to get away with it. It's just not going to happen. Why? Because they're bringing on more people for inspections to look at y'all Schedule C's, because they know that's the number one form people lie on. All right. So I would not go tax exempt if you had an opportunity. Pay something so that you will lower your tax bill. Okay. A credit sweep. A credit sweep is basically, and if y'all don't read the news, okay, I do, but a credit sweep is basically when a person says that none of these debts are mine and they send in a police report, and the police report is supposed to, this is what the government said. It says in the Fair Credit Reporting Act that they have to remove everything that is not yours in 4 days if you have a police report. So everybody was doing it. Everybody was jumping on it. But guess what? They caught on. And now them 4 days is taking 4 months, taking 8 months. The credit bureaus are not falling for that. And if you pay somebody to do a credit sweep, that's cool. Just know that if something were to happen, all of those items going to come back on your credit. Okay. And so, you may have got the proof on home, but maybe tomorrow you won't. So we are trying to find ways that things don't come back on us. Okay. It says, what happens if you get your car back from repossession? If you get your car back from repossession, that's a good question. The first thing you need to do after you get that car back and thank the Lord is make sure they update your credit report. I've seen people get their cars out of repossession and it still shows a repo on their credit. Well, how in the hell does that help you? So y'all can't just be happy because you got the car back. Now they need to go back and fix it. But most time when a car is repossessed and it says repossessed, they usually don't change that status. So you need to find out, Emil, if they updated your credit report or if they wrote that car off and you just paid them something and now it's yours. So we have to go a little deeper into it because most people don't give a car back after repossession unless you paid and caught up. But if they wrote it off, I have seen people write it off and then give them the car. They'll sell it to them for like $800, but it still doesn't help the person because it's on their credit as a repo. All right. It says, I had a car charge off, but the same company gave me another loan. How can I get the original off? You cannot. And I am sure the company that gave you a car was Santander. Okay. And another thing, if you got a 700 plus credit score and you have Santander on your credit, the banks is looking at you crazy because they know that Santander was created for the lower income and disenfranchised people. All right. Sometimes I can look at a person's credit and don't even have to meet them or know them. And I can tell you paying too much. I can tell what color you are. I can tell if you're male or female because we all have different, men do bills different than women. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this a long time. So it's easy for me to be able to know. But if you got a new car loan with the old company, they do not have to take the other one off. What they're going to make you do is pay them. Now, one thing I don't like to pay is repos. I usually tell people, why? Because a repo already done messed up your credit, and now you're going to pay them $5,000, and they don't even give you a good discount. You're going to pay $4,000-$5,000 for a car you can't drive? We're not doing that. So the first thing we do is we look at how long do they have to sue me. That's the first thing y'all need to be looking. When y'all have bills that go in delinquent, find out how long they got to sue you. Go on your credit reports tonight and look at some of y'all closed accounts and look at the last activity, okay? Not the new reporting date, the last activity. Most of y'all got Credit Karma, so I'm telling you exactly where to go. Go in your Credit Karma account, and you're going to look at the last time you did anything with that account. The last time you did something, you need to count. If you're in Florida, 5 years from there. Okay? So every state is different. If y'all need me to send y'all the link, I will send you the link. But different states have different amounts. I think like New Orleans has 6 years. Some states have 3 years. Some states have 4. It's all different, but you need to know because it matters. Because some of y'all thinking y'all finna have this nice tax refund and y'all finna get served by the people telling y'all sued. And that's not what y'all want to do, okay? What's the quickest way to pay off a car? Of course, to build higher credit score is always mid 700. So that depends. So a lot of people ask me how I build my credit. Now I'm gonna tell you what people are gonna tell you. Add trade lines. No, that's not always the question. That's not always the answer. Some of y'all could benefit from raising your score by paying down your bills. Y'all need to look at your utilization. That is way more important to me than your credit score. Okay. If I look at your utilization, and that means, and I'll tell y'all what that is. That means how much credit do you have available and how much you've used. So if I give you a $300 credit card limit and you're at $300, you are at 100% utilization. That is what I look for. Remember how I told you I can tell who's a man, who's a woman? I usually can tell just usually based off the utilization. Women usually are always over because we emotionally shop. We do retail therapy. And the next thing you know, that $200 Capital One card is $450 now because you didn't pay late fees, over the limit fees, all these other fees. and you got caught up because you got in a situation and you weren't able to pay. So that's the first thing I look for. So if you have a high utilization, that's the number one thing you need to cut out and bring it down to 30% or less. If you don't have an issue with utilization, then we look at what's next. Then I go, oh, you got these closed accounts. So, oh, you got these collections. And if you don't have that, then I'll say, oh, okay, you need to add credit. Not everybody's answer is adding credit, because some of y'all can't even be responsible with the little that you do have. And I don't mean that as in shade, because nobody taught us. Nobody didn't teach me, okay, at all. I was out there being like Betty from the Flintstones. I was charging it, okay? So I understand. But so you got to look at your credit in different ways. It's not a one answer for everybody, because everybody's situation is different. All right. So again, y'all like my videos and all that stuff, share. If I missed anything, let me see. Let me keep going. Let me see. You're welcome, Tasha. It says, I have great credit, no debt, getting prepared to open small business, LLC or S Corp. Which one? Ooh. So that's a very, very good question, Miss Ingrid, and congratulations on starting your business. But y'all do need to understand the difference when y'all opening up these businesses. I swear on everything. Anytime I talk to a person of color, I go, girl, what you finna open? What they say? An LLC. Why? That when I say why. What link, Jody? And I asked them, why do you want to open an LLC? And they go, because that's what they said. That is not an answer to open a business. I'm going to explain the difference real quick. An LLC, you can file on your personal taxes. Okay, that's one good thing. A second thing about an LLC, if you're going to file it on your personal taxes, that means you, Miss Ingrid, are alone the owner of your business by yourself. You are not partnering with anybody else. Because if you partner with somebody, that means you are probably going to be an S Corp or partnership or LLP, okay? If you're just in this business by yourself, you're an LLC, and you do have the right to file it on your personal taxes. You change to become an S Corp, okay? S Corp, that stands for S Corporation. That means you are telling the IRS, this is all the S is doing, okay? All the S does is tell the IRS to treat your LLC like a corporation. That's it. Okay. So if you are filing the LLC, the regular one, and you do it on your personal taxes, you only get taxed one time. If you file your LLC, or your S corporation, you won't be doing it on your personal taxes. You will be using an 1120 form, 1120S, as a matter of fact. You will be taxed twice. Why? Because the business is taxed. And then if you are an S Corp, you are an employee. So that means there's another W-2 you have to add to your tax return, which means you are taxed twice. Now, if y'all didn't get that, let me know. But that is the difference between an S Corp and an LLC. Same thing with a C Corp. A C Corp is nothing but a corporation or a nonprofit. They are corporations or C corporations. They are also taxed twice. All right. So a lot of y'all just picking stuff but don't know why, but you should know why, because some of y'all situations may not warrant for you to be the LLC. Maybe some of y'all need a W-2 because y'all trying to buy a house and you need to show income, and you feel like it's easier to show W-2 income than a business income. Then you might want to switch to an S Corp so you can become an employee. This is something y'all did not know. If you have an LLC, just a regular one, you are not the employee. I know y'all probably don't know that, but if you have a regular LLC, you are the owner. That's it. You are not the owner and employee. You cannot. Some people 1099 themselves, but it doesn't make sense to 1099 yourself because you're taxing yourself twice. So if you have a regular LLC, just whatever money the business makes, that's what you made. That is what you report. You do not need to give yourself a 1099. That doesn't make sense. You are going to tax yourself twice. And who would do that? Well, I know a lot of people would because they don't know. So don't do that. Okay. So I hope they help you, Miss Ingrid. If you need anything, y'all do know y'all can book me for an appointment, right? For these consultations. If y'all have private things y'all want, the links in the bio if you need. Okay. The math ain't math. It sure ain't. I'm telling you, it's not math at all. Not at all. Okay, Red Top. Oh, you know what, Red Top? I forgot. You asked me what's the quickest way to pay off the car. I did not answer that. The quickest way to pay off the car, this is what I say. If the interest rate is low, I don't encourage people to pay off the car faster. Let me tell you why. Because a car payment is a fixed payment. Okay, you have more leverage. To me, this is just my own opinion. Why would I put an extra $5,000 on my car to pay it off sooner if it's not going to lower the bill? That's the whole point of paying your bills down, is because you want to pay less the next time. But a car note is not like that, because it is a fixed payment. So even if you pay and put more money onto the car, you're still going to pay that $650 a month. You're just going to have less months to pay it. So if you got extra money, we don't want to pay the car off soon unless the interest rate is high. If the interest rate is high, you need to refinance. But if it's not, pay off your credit cards. Anything that is a fixed payment, there's no sense of paying those off early when you got these credit cards that they go up and down. You spend a lot on your credit card, your bill go up. You spend a little bit on your credit card, your bill go down. That is the one you control, not the car. Okay, I hope some of y'all got that. I just gave y'all some game on that. I'm just saying. All right. I'm paid and caught up. I know that's right. Okay. The link. Y'all tell me what link y'all talking about, because y'all know I'll be talking and don't know what link. I done told y'all about. Dallas Cash says, can I get credit acceptance off my credit even though I still owe after 2 years? Well, I can tell you that Dallas statute of limitations is more than 2 years. The best way to get credit acceptance off, I'm just keeping it real. Y'all got 3 options. Do nothing and let it fall off your credit in 7 years, or wait until the statute of limitations for debt collection where they can't sue you. Okay, that's your first option. Do nothing. Your second option is to actually repair your credit by making settlements or paying some of these things off. That's your second option. Or your third option is to file bankruptcy. Okay. Now, I did not throw in credit. I didn't throw in credit repair, and I didn't throw in credit sweep, because none of those things are legal. Okay. So these 3, do nothing, do your own credit repair by paying or settling your bills, or filing bankruptcy, are 3 ways that are completely legal to get out of debt. All right. And I'm telling you, I done helped 3 people do their bankruptcy this month, because people are in debt and they did not know there was a way out. So credit acceptance, can you get it off of your credit after 2 years? No, you cannot, unless you're going to pay them. And even if you do pay them, and let me let y'all know, even if you pay a debt, they don't have to come off your credit. Nothing says that they have to. Nowhere. A lot of y'all get mad and be cussing these people out, and that is not. Okay, I'll send y'all that. I don't know how I'm going to send y'all that statute of limitation link. Can y'all send me an email? I promise I'll send it, because I don't know how to send it to y'all through here, because I can't cut and paste. So if you want me to send you the statute of limitation link, please, y'all know I will send it. I'll send y'all lots of stuff after my live. Just send me a thing and I will send it to you. Okay. So you got the statute of limitation link. We got the grants, and also what was the other one, y'all? It was one more. It was one more I told y'all. I can't think of the other one, but y'all remember. Okay. So hopefully I helped you with that on Red Top. So remember, if you pay a collection off, there's nothing that says they have to come off. So stop cussing these people out. And this is what you do. After you pay something, a collection, you wait until it's paid. Then you dispute it. And what's going to happen is they're not going to fight you back with the dispute because you paid it. And then guess what's going to happen? It's just going to come off automatically because they didn't respond. So that is how you remove a collection after it's paid. It says, what did you say about buying a home when becoming a C Corp? What I was saying is, a lot of you guys, this is why tax planning is important, even if you are a person that is not rich. Because a lot of y'all situations, I talk to y'all, some of y'all on Section 8, some of y'all in housing. A lot of y'all can't have money coming in like y'all have money coming in. All right. So some of the things that y'all need to understand is some of y'all need to put y'all money in y'all business name and get it out of y'all, because y'all are messing yourselves up. Okay. So when I talked about buying a home in a C Corp, if you find that you don't need money coming to you as a W-2 employee, but you wouldn't mind having the money showing up in a business account that you can account for the sales on the business side, when you apply for a home, they'll take your business taxes. They'll also take your personal taxes. But when you go for your Section 8 appointment, you got to turn that in too. So most people, you separate the two. They're 2 separate things. We'll talk. I don't want to get too much into it over here, because I'm going to be saying stuff that's going to cause y'all to ask me more questions, and I don't want to say too much here. But all I'm going to say is, some of y'all need to look at y'all financial situation so y'all can see which tax or business entity you're going to choose. LLC is good for a lot of y'all, but some of it is not. Some of y'all might need an S corp, or some of y'all might need a C corporation. Okay, if you're a truck driver, I don't know why some truck drivers, if they get hired as with their company, I don't know why they don't get hired as a corporation and give themselves a 1099 and pay themselves as an employee. It's easier to show your money. And let me say this, some of y'all need to be W-2 employees because a lot of y'all not even paying into Social Security. Now, I know y'all probably not thinking about that, but some of y'all are going to get to the age when y'all are going to retire. And if you did not know, you have to work 10 good years to get Social Security. That means you got to make 4 points a year, and 4 points times 10 years is 40 points. Some people don't have that because y'all 1099 yourselves to death. All right. So what y'all need to think about is this right for me? I know I'm trying to go without paying taxes, but one day your ass gonna get old and you're gonna want to retire. And if you didn't put in no money, guess what? You ain't getting nothing, if we even have it. All right. So keep that in mind. A lot of y'all are screwing yourselves because y'all are not paying into Social Security. Okay. All right, let me see. All right, let me see what y'all saying. So which one do you advise to get for a small business, LLC or an S corp? Again, that depends on your situation. Most people need an LLC because y'all are not paying taxes in y'all real jobs. So an LLC helps y'all because I find people that make $40,000, $50,000 a year, and they may have paid $2,500, and then y'all need y'all business to help so y'all can have expenses. So that would be the only reason why I would tell some of y'all to get an LLC, but some of y'all may find it better to get a corporation and make yourself an employee. Remember the difference. LLC, you are the boss. You are not the employee. You own the business. So you can't be an employee. And why would you tax yourself twice? But if you're a corporation or an S corp, you are the employee because the corporation holds the business. You just down here. You just a regular man like everybody else. Okay? Trump works for his business. He is not just he is under his name, but he is an employee. Okay. They know. That's why they be filing taxes. All right, let me move on. Hey, Jacobra. Miss Ora said, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, don't be paying off them cars and them houses. Y'all don't be paying off fixed payments. Pay off them ones that are variable. That matters. What if I do 6 months tax exempt? 6 months tax exempt is fine as long as you remember to pay taxes again, because some of you do not. Okay. And if y'all gonna do these new tax forms, y'all need to make sure y'all figure out how they work. Because what y'all don't know is there is a new W-4. Okay, Trump changed it. And now they only want you to pay what you're supposed to pay. That's why the form is so damn difficult to fill out, because they want you guys to be tax people and to figure out the exact amount you should pay. And then that is what you tell your business, your company, hey, I'm only supposed to pay $4,000 in taxes according to the documents. So I need y'all to evenly take $4,000 out of my checks every 2 weeks. That's what they want y'all to figure out, because there are no more exemptions. You can't put 10 exemptions. I got 3 kids. They don't care about that. That is gone. And if y'all did not know, it's been gone. All right. That's why we can't write off nothing on our taxes no more unless you're a business, because they took all of our personal exemptions, all of our write-offs away for personal people. That's why I'm always telling you, you got to have a business, whether you want to have one or not, because it is valuable to you when it comes to taxes, when it comes to credit. I mean, hell, good credit and a business are 2 things you need, because they're going to help you in the long run. All right, let me see what y'all saying. How do I have a one-on-one consultation? All you got to do is hit the link. Y'all can go to my website. It is finally done. Woo, thank you, Jesse. It's shamikasaves.com. You can go there and you can book me. I can do your taxes. We can talk about your credit. You can do your consultations. I'm trying to do everything on my own site, so I'm not paying anybody else to do anything. That's another smart thing y'all should do. If y'all are doing business and y'all making good money, y'all need to look at bringing all that stuff in-house so y'all can stop paying these monthly fees to all these companies to do stuff that if you just hired somebody to do it, they can do it all for you on your own site. And then guess who gets to keep all that money? You. Okay? So think about that. Do you advise people individually? Absolutely, because some people do need the advice. Absolutely. Is there a benefit for the S corp? It is a benefit. It's a benefit if you need to be an employee. That's probably the biggest benefit. And if you have a partnership, if 2 people are in a business together, you as the one owner can't claim all the sales. you and that person have to split the sales. So if you have an S corp, most people who have S corps, they'll do that. They'll get a K1, and you'll report your half, and y'all will split the earnings. But again, remember, S corp or C corp, you're getting taxed twice. So if you don't have a problem with that, that's fine. Okay, but that's why you got to talk to somebody so you can see which one is the best one. Because I'm telling you, some of y'all are going to be changing y'all tax. Y'all going to be changing things because you realize it wasn't what you really wanted, but you just did whatever somebody told you to do. Who don't crack open a book to read any damn thing? Okay. All right. Should I file separate? If you have an LLC, Miss Michelle, no. If I would do it by itself. If you have an LLC, you can't file separate anyway. If you have an S corp or C corp, you have no other choice but to file separate. So you have your business structure tells you how you're gonna file your taxes. Thank you very much, Miss Ingrid. I appreciate that. It says, wait, what? No, yes, Trump took it up. Look up the TC, look up the tax TCJPA, Tax Jobs Cut Act, or something like that. They took it out. All we have, and if you don't believe me, you can pull up a Schedule A. Schedule A. That is the only thing that we can have our write-offs. That's where we can put the charity, which guess what? We can't even claim charity because if you don't have a business, you can't claim charity. You have to itemize in order to claim charity. And individuals don't itemize, businesses do. So there will be no charity changes. Last year, I was giving people $300 because it was at least giving them $50 back. They're not doing that now, okay? You see what I mean? Things change every year. So they changed it. Now they took the charity contributions away. You can put it in, but you ain't going to get nothing. Remember we used to be able to do uniforms? When you know, especially if you're nurses or you got to get your clothes pressed and washed, you can't write that off. Teachers can. Nobody else can. Which is why, again, I tell y'all better have a business because that's the only way you can account for the money that you spent. All right? So some of y'all probably need to get hired under your EIN versus your SSN, meaning your social. So if a business will allow you to do that, that might be something y'all might want to look into. Donna says, if the S corp lost more than it made, will it receive a tax or still owe? If the S corp lost money, you are going to owe. Yes, you're going to owe. You're probably now if you just do zero, no. But if you if you made, well, it's really gonna depend. But I would say you're probably gonna owe, Miss Donna, not a lot, depending on how much it is, but you're probably gonna owe. And I'll tell you why. When it comes to corporations, there's nothing to offset. You don't have children, so you can't use the earned income tax credit. You can't use a child tax credit. So if you made any money and then you didn't make, and then you don't really have a lot of write-offs, you're gonna owe. So in your case, I mean, maybe since you didn't make that much and you have expenses, you may not owe. It's a possibility you might not, but the math is done different when it's business taxes versus your personal. And that is why I tell you guys to, if you can, experience what it's like to file it different so you can see the difference. But only if your business will allow you to do that. Okay, S corp or C corp. All right. All right. It says, I have good credit, so now I need a business. Good. No, you don't have to have a business because you have good credit. But to me, if you got good credit, why would you not go and get a business so you can get business credit? That's double the credit. I would do it. I would not let my good credit sit to waste. If you got good credit, you should be pimping your credit to make you money. You should be selling authorized users from your credit cards, especially if you're responsible. You should be selling your memberships to these banks, especially to these credit unions that people can't get into, like Navy Federal. Definitely the authorized user. I know a girl. I helped her out. She was charging people $400 to be on her Navy Federal credit card for 3 months. Okay, and she had a $25,000 limit. That's a big deal to somebody with bad credit. Okay, and they were paying it. So if you got good credit, please, you should pimp your credit and make you some money. It says, I checked my credit card and I'm paying 31%. Okay, I'm just ridiculous. It says I'm paying 31%. Should I XFR? Oh, should I transfer the balance or close? Never, 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 never close on a certain situation. I don't recommend people closing their accounts because some of y'all won't know when to do it. So I think if you're going to ever close an account, you need to talk to a credit person to find out when the right time is. And you would never close an account, especially one that is old, because it has age. All right. So if you close an account that's old, it will drop your score. But remember, I was telling y'all, if you got a 700 plus score and you got a first premier on there, They're going to be like, So after you achieve a certain score level and you feel comfortable enough, I would recommend you closing accounts that look bad. Now, if you are somebody, you got Navy Federal, Discover, Capital One, you got all these and they all high limits, but you got 2 or 3 Indigo. Y'all know, because I know I'm talking to y'all. Indigo credit card for $300. I got a this for I got a what's the other one? Credit One for $400. If you got $4,000 and $5,000 in these other limits, what do you think that $300 and $400 is looking like? It's looking like some stepchildren. So when you get to a certain point in your score, you need to be prepared to cut those and add new lines of credit so that you can have all high amounts of credit limits that look good. You do not want to be a person with great credit with handicap cards that people use when they have bad credit. It just doesn't look good. And then you wonder why you can't walk into a bank and get a loan. They looking at that. They're not going to tell you, but they're looking at that. It matters. So you have to decide. I would not close it, but you can transfer the balance if you have a lower credit card limit. But you also need to check out how long does that transfer last? Is it 0% for 3 months? And then after 3 months, it goes up to 18%. Hell, you might as well leave it where it's at and just pay it off. See, this is what I mean. I can answer y'all questions, but it's never going to be an exact answer until I talk to you one-on-one to be able to tell you or give you the advice on what I think is the best way. Okay. What's the right way to make your kids employees? Easy. All you got to do is hire them as employees, and then you would issue your children W-2s or 1099s. Okay. Some aren't old enough to pay into anything. Okay. Some are. Remember, y'all, I told you I did a 5-year-old taxes, and she did not have a 1099. She was actually getting paid on a W-2. The IRS does not give 1 or 2 or 3 dams. They will take your money if you give it to them. So I did a 5-year-old. She's an actress. Okay. And I did her taxes. And I remember at first I was scared because I'm like, man, I ain't never seen a child get their taxes done. And I'm doing this under her social, not an EIN. They took it. Now we had to mail it in because she was a kid, but they took it. So you choose the structure how you want to pay them 1099 or your W-2. And if you're paying them through a W-2, you're gonna have to report them wages to the IRS, or you just do a 1099. It's your choice. So Jennifer, if this is your first time, I'll probably tell you to try doing your kids with a 1099 first. Okay. And when you remember now, if you said you made $100,000 in income from your business, but you paid your kid 10, guess what they taxing you on? 90. Okay. So it's a benefit to add family. Now I know y'all probably thinking, but I don't need them. Yes, you do. How many of y'all be on y'all TikToks and y'all have y'all animals? Y'all animals is probably helping y'all sell stuff. I know my dog helped me sell. So he yes, if he's a part of the business, yes, he can be expensed as a write-off. Okay. If you got a baby, look at Gerber, the baby food. Look at that little baby they got on. They pay that baby a check. That baby get a royalty check, y'all. That baby files taxes. I promise you. Okay. So, and you know why they're paying that baby? Because that baby is a part of their marketing. So if you can find a way to fit your family in, whether that's marketing, they going out there doing promotion, whatever way you finagle it in your household, you remember it lowers the amount that you get taxed on because they are reducing that amount. Okay, just keep that in mind. So I hope they help you, Miss Jennifer. Okay, it says I donated my card for that. That's okay. I'm sorry. Transfer the balance of the card that has the most months 0%. That's right. That's right. See, thank you, B. Smith. Thank you, Miss Ingrid. Georgia says, if you have good credit, how can I do a trade line? What are the steps? A trade line, very easy. You can go to a company. I actually am a broker for them. Anybody need a side job? Now, y'all see, I always be throwing stuff. You need a side job. You can go to Trade Line Supply, all one word, Trade Line Supply. Somebody type it down, okay? TradeLineSupply.com will allow you, and I'm going to answer your question, Ms. Rhonda, they will allow you to become a broker and sell their trade lines, and you get to mark it up whatever amount you want. Did y'all hear me say that? Okay. So in other words, y'all could go, okay, now who on here say they got good credit? Now y'all said y'all got good credit. I'm giving you a job. Now you can go and sell trade lines. You don't even know the people trade lines that you're selling at all. But you would take their spreadsheet, put it on your computer, add your price, and now you sending it to all your people saying, hey, these are the ones I got for sale this month. And they really do work. And they go on CPNs. I ain't gonna say what a CPN is, but if y'all know what a CPN is, trade line supply, trade lines do go on CPNs. And basically what a trade line is somebody else's credit who has good credit. They got a low amount on there, they got a low balance on their credit card, and they're allowing you guys to be on it as an authorized user. You will not get a card, but you will get the benefit of riding the wave for a couple months on somebody else's good behavior from their credit, which in turn will boost yours. That is what a trade line does. That is what an authorized user is. Okay. So trade line supply, go there, make y'all a couple extra dollars, become a broker, and sell those trade lines. Okay. If you ain't trying to get a hustle, you're trying to be broke. All right. So, we got to find things to do to make some money. Now I'm giving y'all the game. So go there. Nope. It's absolutely not illegal. Trade lines cannot. The only way a trade line can backfire is if the individual who really owns the trade line does not pay their bills. And then guess what happens? You sue trade line supply. But most of these people don't do it because you know why? Because now, if you got good credit, just know that you too can put your credit on trade line supply. And you can make money both ways. You can sell the trade lines, and you can also be an individual who adds people and you make money. So these people who are selling their trade lines, they are not messing it up because they are getting probably a couple grand a month because all they do is get credit cards and put them on here for people to be on. Because you know why? People with bad credit always give you the most money. People who have bad credit will always make everybody else rich because they refuse to do what it takes to get out of debt. Okay, so I done gave you 2 hustles now, a couple of them actually. All right, 830 plus trade line supply. I don't know what that means, Miss Ingrid, but trade line supply is the website. All right, let me see what y'all saying. I know it's 8 o'clock and I'm going to keep y'all. Thank you. Let me go back here real quick. I want to see what she said. Do I need to pay taxes on an S or a C corp if there's no money being made on the business? If you are reporting that you didn't make any money, there's nothing for them to tax. But if you made $1, they're gonna want tax. Okay, so that doesn't mean. So I can tell you this: if you didn't make money from a C corp, don't file taxes. If you didn't make money on an S corp, don't file taxes. If you didn't make money on your LLC, but you got expenses, you can file the taxes. Same with your other ones with the S corp and the C corp, but it ain't gonna get you no refund. It will only get you a refund on the LLC. Why? Because you file that on your personal taxes. That's why. And you get credits back on your personal taxes. With a business, it stands alone. So it only makes money off of whatever you make. So if they don't make no money, you don't get no money. Okay. You know what they say? No romance without finance. What is it? No romance without finance. That's exactly what's happening. Okay, Dwight, I'm finna go. I will email you. That's right. To learn how to pimp your credit. Thank you, Miss Aura. It says, I have a few charge-offs that need your help. Darnell, hit me up. We could talk about that. Yes. Liz with your trip. Thank you, Miss Laretha. Let me see what y'all saying. Not the dog. I'm telling you, I read that today and I said, I definitely will because the dog helped me sell. Okay. And if y'all need to start, and we're not lying, we're not doing anything that is illegal, but y'all do need to realize that these are things that are claimable. You have to be able to defend it. The IRS will believe what you say if you can defend it. Okay. If you say, I claim my dog just because, they're going to say, we're going to take that off. But if you say, look at my TikTok video. My dog is in all my videos. My dog with my shirt. I push him in the stroller. He helped me do advertising. Baby, they're going to take that. They will not argue when you have proof. Okay. So absolutely do that. Let me see. Okay, I know I'm over time. Let me just change. It says, can I hire you to take over my finances? Absolutely. I'll help you do whatever I can to get you guys together. And it says, when you talked about those cards, such as Indigo, Capital One for establishing credit, should I close those? Remember, don't close it right now. You need to establish other credit before you close because you will hurt yourself. So don't be like Shamika said, close these because I don't need them. Yes, but not right now. Okay. There's a time and a place to do that. Okay. So we're not going to do that right away. But we do want to graduate out of elementary cards and move to a middle and high. You know, I don't want a whole bunch of credit ones and first premieres and all of that and Merrick Bank. And I got American Expresses. They just don't mix. Okay. They don't live in the same house. So we got to graduate when it's time to graduate. Okay. So if I missed anything, y'all know I apologize and I hate missing stuff. I like to give y'all the info. It says, let me see. What is the minimum amount one can make in their business to file taxes? $400. 400. You make $400. That's what the IRS says you have to do to file for your LLC. Okay. So if y'all need anything, please hit me up. Links in the bio. Most of y'all call, text me anyway, or inbox me or message me. I will send you the grants. I will send you the link to the debt collection statute of limitation. And I know it's another thing, but it doesn't matter. Y'all got the number for the offset. Y'all got trade line supply. And yeah, that's it. So I'll see y'all next Monday. Please check out my YouTube videos because I'm telling you, I just did 5 videos the other day and I just dropped some fire on y'all. So if some of y'all are suffering with evictions, I got something for you, okay? But I ain't gonna tell you right here. It's gonna be on my YouTube page. Also, something for y'all who be doing these CPNs and y'all be needing Social Security cards. I got something for y'all too, okay? So I give y'all good stuff and bad stuff because I be trying to teach y'all how to maneuver in this world. But anyway, see y'all next Monday at 7 p.m. If y'all need anything, please reach out, okay? Talk to y'all later. Bye. See y'all.